Peru, centered in a strategic geographic location in the middle of South America on the Pacific Ocean. It is the third largest country in South America. In terms of economics, Peru has registered sustained growth. In 2008, the gross domestic product increased to 9.84%. Thanks to solid economic strategies applied during the last 10 years, macroeconomic figures suggest strong continued future growth. Part of this process involves the improvement of infrastructure in the transportation and communication systems. For this reason, the concession for 6 airports of the South has been initiated, since these new investments will be necessary and important to fulfill growth and opportunities in tourism and in the number of business travelers. The airports in this group are Arequipa, Juliaca, Puerto Maldonado, Tacna, Ayacucho, and Andahuaylas. February 2001, the concession for the international airport Jorge Chávez was given to the Lima Airport Partners Group. In August of 2006, the concession for the first group of airports in the north of Peru was announced, and in December a contract was signed with Airports of Peru, ADP. The operator Swissport also took part in this consortium. Proinversión, who were responsible for managing the concessions at the airports of Lima and the first group of airports in the north of Peru, have been asked by the Ministry of Transport and Communications to select the current concession for the airports in the south. Concessions details. The period of concession proposed is 25 years, with an extension of 5 additional years, subject to approval. The winning concession will be responsible for designing, building, financing, improvements, maintaining and development of the current infrastructures, except for the air navigation services that will be provided by the Peruvian Corporation of Airports and Commercial Aviation, CORPAC. It's important to mention that investments in infrastructure or acquisition of equipment during the concession will be assumed by the government of Peru through a system of deferred payments, even though they are financed by the concessionary. The scheme for payment for this financing is as follows. Payment for works realized will be paid by the state to the concessionary for infrastructure investment in the airports. Payments for maintenance and operation, which are compensatory and to be received by the concessionaire as a minimum income in order to maintain profitability for the operation of the airports. The market. The airports of the South have operated approximately 1,200,000 passengers in 2008. This number represents 12% of the domestic passenger traffic of Peru and 27% of domestic air passenger traffic outside of Lima. High growth rates have been experienced during the last 5 years, with an average increase of 10% per year. Arequipa is the biggest airport of the group and managed 600,000 passengers in 2008. Juliaca, Puerto Maldonado, and Tacna have similar operation sizes at about 200,000 passengers. Meanwhile, Ayacucho and Andahuaylas are local airports with approximately 60,000 passengers. The airports for the concession operate 12 regular passenger routes, 11 domestic and 1 international, with a frequency of 250 flights per week. Southern Peru is one of the most dynamic areas in terms of economic activity, growing in recent years above the national average. During the last few years, the government of Peru has committed significant resources to achieving integration of the South, building an interoceanic corridor linking Brazil and Peru, connecting ports and airports to Asian shipping routes. Arequipa is the second largest city in Peru, with 2 industrial parks, and is the most industrialized city after Lima and Callao. It also has close connections with Brazil, Chile, and Bolivia. The airport, Alfredo Rodriguez Bayón, has international categorization and is located 8 kilometers from the city. It was built in 1940 and his current landing strip was developed in 1973. Puno is a popular place for tourists who come to see the culture and beauty of the region, such as Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world, where the community of the Euros live on floating islands and build their houses from totora plants. In regard to business, Puno is a key place, since it borders Bolivia and has connections to Brazil and Paraguay. The international airport, Inca Manco Capac of Juliaca, is located in the Andean Altiplano at 3,826 meters above sea level. It is situated 5 kilometers from the city. This airport is known for having the longest landing strip in South America. Puerto Maldonado is known as the capital of biodiversity in Peru, due to the extraordinary variety of fauna and wildlife that live in the region. Many national and foreign tourists arrive here every day to view these ecological marvels. The Puerto Maldonado landing strip is of a concrete construction. The passenger terminal has 2,597 square meters distributed on one level. Tacna is a commercial city bordering Chile, where a significant free trade zone exists. The Colonel Fab Carlos Siriani Santa Rosa Airport of Tacna has an international airport categorization. This airport has a 2,500-meter landing strip. Ayacucho, a land of artisans and handicrafts, is famous worldwide for its artistic and cultural traditions. Ayacucho's airport has national airport categorization and is located in the southern Andes. This airport stands at an altitude of 2,718 meters above sea level and currently is classified as Aerodrome 4C. The runway consists of an asphalt pavement with a taxiway connection with a broad platform, including an asphalt pavement of 20,000 square meters. Andahuaylas, a small city with a population of 31,000, is capital of Apurímac. It is known for its colonial architecture and local gastronomy. Due to its strategic location in the middle of the country and proximity to Cusco, it offers interesting potential for development. The Andahuaylas Airport has a national airport categorization. It is located 18 kilometers north of the city and currently classified as a 4C key airfield. The flight track is comprised of an asphalt pavement, which was recently renovated in 2004. The terminal building has an area of 590 square meters on a single level. Attractive points about this concession. The airports are located in some of the areas of highest economic development in Peru. Growth projections for the coming years are moderate to strong. The airport's runways are long and allow operation of medium and large aircraft. The extensive infrastructure of these airports allows operators to meet the demand for air operations. The co-financing model agreed with the government moderates the market risk in investment and operation. Ease of access to funding through the contract and repayment of investment through and with the Peruvian government. Development of commercial activities such as restaurants, shops, parking, advertising, among others, permit additional earning potential for the concessionary. Increase in revenue from airport operations due to the effectiveness of private investment. The successful experience in the granting of the Lima Airport concession and the Northern Peru concession provide guarantees on the operation of this project. The broad outlines given in this presentation are necessary for further investigation of this project. A great opportunity exists for investment in a growing sector, with strong backing from the Peruvian government and all of the other entities involved and committed to the development and integration of communications in Peru with the world.